Hello, here is the Lost Cosmonaut with the second part, possibly the final part, of the first mission in the Morning Sun campaign in the game Order of Battle World War II. I discovered that apparently there was a small hiccup when I tried to save the game the last time, so we were back at the autosave of the start of the round we left off with. If I'm interpreting this correctly, yes, because that unit had lost one of its health hit points when we conducted the naval bombardment. So I guess it's kind of like cheating, but oh well. This gives us the opportunity to rethink our strategy, I should say. For one thing, we are not going to deploy that infantry over there. Shamelessly gaming the system. And I remember that, yeah, I had grounded these planes again after we discovered that their fighter planes are a tick more powerful than I anticipated. This gives us an opportunity to just heal them. And we also have more resources, so we can actually purchase new units. Let's go to the action menu. And I'm thinking that we're going to, if possible, oh yes, we're going to buy an anti-air gun. Motorized, actually. Just to keep the skies clear, while we use our tactical bombers to reduce... yeah, and the cruiser doesn't work, so or doesn't appear on the recording, I'm sorry for that. But where you can see the text pop up, Chinese Infantry 37, that is where my cursor is right now. We're going to use, after we've cleared the sky, we're going to use our tactical bombers to reduce them to rubble, and possibly help assist us in clearing out the outskirts of, this is Tianjin, isn't it? Yeah. The outskirts of Tianjin, while we clear the area around Beiping, which is Beijing, I think. I'm not sure. So we've purchased that. If at all possible, I would also like to purchase a bit more infantry, maybe even motorized, to facilitate our. Or I guess we could also get more artillery. Their range. Well, it's superior, so if we get artillery at all, it will be that. That will be useful in the next missions as well. Yeah, it's motorized as well, but we will get some more infantry. Motorized too. So now we're going to deploy them. Right. This we're going to deploy here. Infantry, I think we've got Tianjin, was it? Under control, so we're going to deploy that there, as well as the artillery. There, that should help us take Tongzhou. I wish my pronunciation were better. I think we're going to give up this side of the river for now. Which is unfortunate, seeing as how they're pounding us with artillery, but I'd rather keep our forces concentrated. No chance of destroying that, but we'll be able to move in with our infantry here. Let's just reinforce them. There we go. Well, let's see if we can wipe those out. No, we didn't wipe them out. That's unfortunate. That more contributes to getting our... Yeah, let's start pounding on their line. The defense here with Tongzhou, and maybe let's get this infantry up here, just in case they'll try to move over that bridge there. I'm not too concerned that they will move, or if they do, we still have here the North China garrison to ward them off, and we have our heavy infantry here to weaken them or to soften them as they defend. So let's conduct some naval bombardment here. Our anti-aircraft will only come into action in the next round, fortunately. But while we're here, we can use this opportunity to weaken their units, or entirely destroy some of them. Now I'm not sure how he's going to move with that infantry, so I'm going to leave that there. However, I am going to move the anti. How do you say it in English? I have no clue. Panzerabwehr. Kanone. Panzerabwehr. Kanone. Pack. In German, but anti-armor cannon, I guess, in English. Anyway, let's end the turn. Yeah, he got out of the way. Oof. That hit our infantry hard there. So I'm not sure if he's just going to keep the destroyed forces or the units that we damaged heavily down there in the south, or if they're, just to illustrate, down here, or if they're going to try and retake Tianjin. Oh, let me just check what it's called. Tianjin, yes. So, since we completed the secondary mission objective of keeping all our garrison units alive, their resurrection, our swift reaction has prevented the enemy from overrunning the garrisons in North China. Additional resources have been secured and are now available to support your offensive. That's nice and all, but I wish they'd have given us a few more command points, because those are what I need to deploy more troops. That is what I would very much like to do. Okay, let's focus fire on the on their trained infantry rather than the militia units, because well, and let's annihilate that unit. I reinforced those. I can't use them again. We're going to have to be careful here, because I'm pretty sure there's a unit lying in wait over there. Our flame tank could use a bit of respite, actually. And since we're not using the tank, let's get all of these troops in shape. And redeploy our tactical... wait, he needs to be reinforced. Was he one of our... well, let's just give him the elite repair, just in case. So yeah, so let's redeploy our air force, so that we can start doing work on that town over there. Completely surrounded. Might not even be necessary, actually. No, we're not going to... okay, we're not going to use the infantry in an attack on that town yet. What we may do is... I don't like these the presence of those units down there. And that unit just entrenched, so I think we're going to keep it there as well. We still have 17 turns. I think that's enough to clean up over here, and then launch the attack on Langfang. Okay, turn. infantry unit is taking a lot of punishment, I think they say in English, no? Oder ja? Hmm. So for the roleplay aspect of it, I'm just a military attaché to the Japanese forces who speaks English. Yeah. Hmm. I imagine. I don't know if they prized their soldiers speaking French very highly. The Japanese, or their officers rather, the Japanese army. I would like to get that that tank out of the way. Ah, there he is, there he is, there he is. And within range of our... So, okay, now let's ground our planes again. Even though it annoys me. Which one should I attack? Well, for... Clobber all of them. Clobber is a good word. It really expresses what we're doing here. Ah, we might be able to... Ah, no, it wasn't annihilated. But he won't get far if he's on that river tile. Okay, let's just eliminate the, or try to push the cavalry back. Up here, we're going to reinforce them again. Militia I'm not too concerned about. We're going to bring our heavy infantry here. Okay, they're in a position to... Well, that one needs a break. I'm not sure if we should well, alright, let's try it out. Yeah, two hit points for 2 hit points. Not brilliant, but if it dissuades him from cutting any deeper into the city, I'm happy. We'll need to... We're going to use the cavalry to clean up the units down here. There, it's decided. That artillery unit is really annoying me. Okay, so I think we don't have to fear their tank right now. We'll probably encounter when we launch the attack on Langfang or Langfang. Any pronunciation help that you can give me? Welcome. The AI takes its time calculating its turns in this games. In this games. Yeah, well, where he is now, we can use our SS key to weaken. Yeah, well, he's full-heartedly launching an attack himself, so. Okay, I'm going to move him back and give him some time to recover. While our artillery can keep those infantry forces there. Maybe destroy that unit too while they're at it. Attack that militia. Yeah, cavalry is going to clean up there. And that unit will be destroyed. Meaning we can start moving our infantry up here. We're going to start redeploying the tactical bombers. Let's soften them a bit. Can they? I don't think they're going to attack again from there. And if that proves to be a mistake, let's just put a stopper there anyway. In the form of the anti-tank gun, which has proven useless but as a stopper until now. So you see that how his hit points are deep red. That means he's so totally disorganized that he cannot effectively or exhausted. Exhausted is the better word here, I think. So exhausted that he cannot contribute meaningfully to combat. For example, not attack, things like that. Let's end our turn. If you heard that, that was just me stuffing a cigarette. Ignore it. On my running software, honestly. Ah, so there was a unit hiding back there. Okay, so we're going to take out him first. In order to avoid our the supply lines of our cavalry being cut off. And the tank is back. Wonderful. This will provide us with the opportunity we want to destroy it. And their fighter plane is back. I was hoping that the presence of our tactical bombers would incite him to come down here. I hope that completely annihilates that. It does. Wonderful. Where do we have our scout plane actually? Because okay, so the road here seems fairly clear. What we're going to do is have some units go over the bridge here to attack Langfang, while we gather another force to attack from the west. Yes, the west it would be. And while those units are getting into position, I'm fairly confident we will be able to clean up here. Just give us a bit of an edge. We're not going to fight them on the river top. don't think that unit is ready to... I don't think the flame tank is ready to attack yet, so we're going to give him a little while longer to recover. I hope this is... and yeah, we destroyed the tank. So, while Renault FT-17 tanks played an essential role in the final years of World War I and tank design in general, the machines are now hopelessly outdated and no match for our modern Japanese tactics and equipment. So, congratulations, we've successfully ended that. And while we're at it, I think we will push forward here if we can. Yes. Excellent. All I have to do is steeple my fingers a bit. But we're not going to move the tank yet. That unit won't go down immediately, I think. It'll take a bit longer. So, what I'm thinking is that we will redeploy the tank to attack from this side, so from the southeast, approach Langfang. These two heavy infantry units will go from the west, supporting each other with mortar fire where necessary, while these plain infantry units will support the tank in attacking Langfang from the southeast. From the north, it's a fairly level plain, lots of space to deploy. That is why I think it is the better place to approach with artillery and with our flame tank support. Flamethrower tank support? I don't know. And turn. It might our battery, honestly. We still have this tank here, this light tank here. Well, maybe I'm going to send it with the heavy infantry. That the firepower of the heavy infantry can support the light tank in taking on more challenging enemies, so to speak. They still had a fresh division there. I didn't think that. The other units seem to be pulling back to Langfang to recover. Finally, our tank is back in action. And we've completed all our secondary objectives now, I think. The flamethrower-equipped Soko's Sagyoki engineering vehicle has proven quite effective in urban warfare against dug-in Chinese forces. This encourages more regular use of these machines in future operations. Wonderful. And yes, we have completed all secondary objectives. Beautiful. I'm not going to conduct any bombardments with the artillery right now. We're just going to use the mortars to weaken those guys. Here. I think we can totally annihilate that unit. What we may do is finally cross the river. Those can last a bit longer, and if not, the artillery is in a better position to support them now. Now, down south, what do we have here? Okay, so those withdrew to the bridge. We still have some mopping up to do here. Yeah, let's get our heavy infantry on the road. Start shifting our tanks. anti-air units there. And our tank there. Wonderful. And end our turn. Figured that he wouldn't stay there. Oh, I would love to finally. This may be disadvantages to us. You know what? I think I'm going to deploy the heavy infantry over there. Send those guys here. Reinforce them. As before, a bit of a mortar I think I can take those guys out with the tank, but first I want to have the artillery. Give them a beating. Nah, wasn't quite enough. In that case, let's reinforce these guys. Okay, let's risk it. No. Weakening them didn't allow us to cross over there. I wish these garrison units would finally would turn into normal units. Okay, so those move forward. Here. Let's just keep pursuing them. Cavalry on its toes. Get our tanks there. Oh. How far then can that guy move? Okay, and them? Okay. Yeah, change of plans. We're not going to use the light tank to support our heavy infantry here. I don't expect a lot of opposition here, but we can just to be sure. Well, maybe when we have to. Well, that's what we have our tactical bombers for. Now we don't have an airfield close, but what I think we can do is move our anti-aircraft units over there. With the cover provided by so that they can provide cover for the tactical bombers, which we will use to bombard that little town here, this town here, if there are units and enemies entrenched there. Look why the frame rates. Now they are. But yes, the AI takes quite a while to process its decisions. There, now we can cross there. Let's start firing on those. That's normal infantry, isn't it? Well, just to give us a better chance at totally wiping them out. Didn't wipe them out, unfortunately. Now there was an enemy there. Right. Okay, we're going to set up the defenses over there. Scout out Langfang a bit. So there's an anti-tank gun there. The remnants of a Chinese militia there. We're going to use the tank. Okay, change of plan. These guys are going to take a while before they reach that town anyway. The tactical bombers, in the meantime, will conduct attacks on the anti-tank gun. We're in no hurry, so we're going to move our tanks like that. Other units here, good. Ah yes, and we still have the cavalry to hound those guys down. Took more time to take Beiping than I expected, honestly. Oh, Jesus Christ, this artillery... I'm going to be so satisfied when we finally take it out. In the air for quite a while now, so I don't think we'll have more than... well, maybe only one bombing run. Defending Langfang before we have to take them back to the airbase to refuel. Oh, he's going pretty far. I imagine he's going to try and cut off our supplies. To prevent this, we will have to redeploy our... no, we can't. There, but that will annihilate them. Let's deploy those there. Annihilate that unit. Reinforce them. Yeah, why not? Give him a rest. Although, come to think of it, let's just take that. Ah! There was some infantry left there. Well. Now, what did we say? Tactical bombers on the... the anti-tank gun. Actually, I think we have a fighter here, so not particularly strong, but hopefully it will help. Wait, there's our scout plane. Couldn't you give us a bit more reconnaissance there? I'm rethinking. Well, it won't be strictly necessary to take them from the west. Oh, no. Alright, okay, let's stick to the plan that I just outlined. And end our turn. careful. I really want to get those out of the way. That division there. So. Let's see where he moves. No, we won't be able to get him from there. Okay, we're going to hopefully have that. And I correct myself. We did have the capacity for 2 bombing bolts. After that, we're really going to the airfield. There. Oh, now it should be no menace anymore. Still, if we could get. So, but with how severely weakened they're there, we can take anti-tank gun taken out. Now we've begun to engage the enemy in Langfang. I think we can. I'm not too worried about them doing damage to us, especially not when we're already working on taking them from behind. However, I will move the artillery back. Get these guys here. There. Upgrade our core artillery unit. And start getting to work on their artillery there. Keep our units nice and upgraded, nice and healthy. There's a difference between one reinforcement or repair option is less expensive, but also reduces the experience units have accumulated. So if possible, with your core troops, I would recommend using the second variety, which is more expensive, but preserves their experience. And while we're at it, let's move our fighter plane a bit closer to the front line. And get to work on these remnants down here. Okay, I think I'm going to call it a break again after the next round, and save the last 8 turns for part 3. That's heavy infantry, right? Yes. Okay, let's start with the bombardment. If at all possible, weaken the militia here, since that will enable us to cut them off and starve this unit in the middle of Langfang for supplies. Yeah, let's get our tactical bombers back to base. I was thinking, couldn't I get one more bombardment out of them, but in this case I prefer to be prudent. Where did I put the other bomber? Is that already worth trying? Yeah, but I don't mean that one. There we have our fighter. There we... yeah, there. was kind of expecting their fighter to be more of a threat than it turned out actually to be. No, no units guarding there. Huh. Makes it easier for me. Now we've taken all of Beiping, aka Beijing. Still not clear on that. No unit there either. Lucky me. And we had that infantry there. Yeah, let's move them up. Let's get our artillery going. Artillery forward too. Now, granted, this is... No, I doubt they have units in this area. Just to check, let us use the reconnaissance aircraft. Okay, they have a very diminished division there. That's not going to threaten us. But okay. That dealt some significant damage to that infantry unit there. I'll be cut off. But that is for another time. Let's save a new game. Morning sun. Right. Beiping 20. There. I'll see you for part 3.